I'm like reading this description, and like I'm just confused by it. Okay, ready? Here it is. Greetings. So I was playing yet another night of Overwatch 2 teamed up with the boys. I've been playing Overwatch since Overwatch 1 release, and this was one of those nights. You know them, chat knows them, I certainly know them, and all you want to do is play an aggressive German man with a hammer, but every single game has a Bastion on the enemy team. You're on the 5th game of the night thinking maybe this time it'll be different. So you're on defense, and the spawn doors open, and you see the unforgettable silhouette of the War Machine. I don't know why everyone's picking him. Probably because he has his bird, and birds are just the best companions. More likely, they just don't want me to have fun. Anyways, my friends start complaining to me. You can't run Rein into a Bastion. Well, I can't swap now, so I can, and I am. And why is it that I have to swap every time we run into a Bastion? Why don't you swap to counter him, Chad? Honor, Justice, Reinhardt. So I eventually swapped, but came back to my comfort hero at times. I mostly played Rein, the comfort, and Orisa the tank I really haven't touched since Overwatch 1, with a light dusting of Winston, my other comfort pick, and Sigma because that's what they wanted, even though I don't like to. It was a hell of a match with an ending you'll never see coming. My friends were both support for this game, so feel free to criticize them as well. I do my best to communicate, but I don't usually get much back from them besides how the other randoms on our team suck. To add to the massive pile that Friday night was, the rest of the weekend has been much of the same. Bastion in every game I play. Like a movie. All right, let's watch this Reinhardt. We heard the description. Let's see how it goes for this Rein. So Rein is duoed with the support line. So this is they're in a 3-stack. They're running Kiriko, Mercy, Rein. Okay, perfect fire strikes to start. I want to point out that you fire strike the wall right in front of you, and then you fire strike the doorway that you can see if they were coming there or not. So already off to a really good start here. What is... I don't understand what's... Is Rein playing in front of a diva? That's fine. Well, to an extent. So far, nothing's happened, really, outside of... Remember how we had watched that one silver game where they weren't playing aggressive, and now we're watching this Reinhardt who is playing aggressive? So wait, what's the... Okay, first of all, just to talk about something very quickly, and you said that's your friend, right? You just ran up here without caring about anybody in your team. And then this was... You're duoed or trioed with this person right here. With this Mercy. And you just left him. You're like, you know what? I'm gonna go for the old debate. What? Oh, you were pranking him? It was a prank. Big slam. So, your play here was to walk up here, basically make it so your Mercy has no cover from the Bastion, and then run to the shield. That was the plan. All right, let's continue on here. So far, you know, your friends want you to switch off of Reinhardt because of the Bastion. And so far, I will say, if you're gonna run away from your team and then go up to the Bastion after when your team is dead, so far, the reason why they want you to switch off is because you've been just... Let's see what you do next. Let's see what you do next. Ah, we're gonna go on the flank. Perfect. Big slam. You know what? We respect that shatter, though. Big slam. You gotta do that. That's the way to do it, right? You said the videos are super hilarious and you're trying to improve them? Oh, heck yeah. I'm glad to hear that, Care Bear. That's what I like to hear. Like I said, I like that the spectating videos are both entertaining and helpful. That's what I like to hear. All right, here we go. Big slam. Oh, that wall is sturdy. Gotta always check, right? Because what if it isn't? What if they added destructible walls to the game, right? You never know. Here we go. Oh, wait. Ah, yes. Oh, huge EMP. All right. So you're... Woo! This is a treat. All right, shield your teammates off. Nice shield. How did the Mercy die to that? Wait a second. How did the Mercy die here? To this... I need to see this now. You're telling me that your Mercy went to go into this room right here, okay? You took the you took an angle that wouldn't even cover, like, anything here, and then your teammates die. And your teammates are still saying, hey, switch off of Bastion, right? Your Mercy and your Kiriko, who you're trioed with, want you to switch off of Rein. And so far, this is what their point of view of the Reinhardt gameplay has been. I want to point this out. So, you're saying they're telling you to switch off Rein, okay? And this is the point of view that they're seeing when you're playing Rein. You see what I'm saying? All right, sit back to the Rein. Okay, shield off the... Yeah, so far, the reason why that your teammates have been asking for you to switch off of Rein is because this is what's been happening so far. You can try to play Rein against the Bastion, and you can make it work, but if this is what's happening so far, that's why they're like, okay, you know what? Can you switch off of Rein so we can try to get some value against this comp? Because so far, it's not working as well. Now, I'm not saying you can't make it work as Rein, and there's still time to do that, but let's see how the rest of this game goes here in a second. All right, here we go. What's that Bastion doing? Hey, let's go. Nice fire strike. Okay, so what's the play here? What's the decision here? What are you going with? Huh? Oh, the life grip? Wait, was the D.Va life gripped? I couldn't tell what happened. How did they... Wait, let me see. I was wondering, I'm like, what happened? Oh, the D.Va got life gripped. Oh, no. Oh, that's unlucky. That's unlucky. That could be a sick play if it was done right, right? Oh, big slam.
36 months. Wow, that's like 35 weeks at least.
Your HP. Alright, your Mercy can res. But your HP was low. So, wait a second. Help your Cassidy. Help your Cassidy, please. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, it's time. Big slam. Oh, big slam. You know what? You're like, hey, why not shadow the Moira that just went to your backline and got 2? You know what? Because watch this play that's about to happen. Yep, right there. So you're like, hey, why not shadow the Moira there also to be able to get the Moira from ulting and then be able to win the team fight possibly because the Moira end up getting 3? No. You shadow that D.Va, then you can charge that D.Va later on. What now? I also like how that was the moment that you switched off of Reinhardt. Okay, on to Sigma now. This is a solid swap against the Bastion. Why? Your shield can help. You also can eat the damage, which if the Bastion decides to shoot at you, you're going to get a good amount of overshield and you can do some spam damage. All right. Yeah, Brock? So the play to go in was correct. You weren't going to survive the D.Va bomb because of the shield time. But to then continue down the stairs, I imagine you were just committing to resetting, but like, I want to show where your team's at. You could just try to go back that way rather than just like, go down the stairwell and look at the wall. All right, let's stay on Sigma here. Oh, let's go Rein again. All right. Back to Rein. After that play right there, the decision was that Reinhardt is once again needed Now the Mercy Zen comp is a bit interesting with Reinhardt. Keep in mind, your trio is on Mercy Zen, which means the healing output for you as Rein is going to be way less. But you know what? As long as you can pin the D.Va and get ult charge, I mean, that's a Mercy Zen healing you as Rein. You can't... Sigma was the right pick because you don't have as much heals with the healing comp you have, right? With the support line, it's more about damage output and spam damage. Going Reinhardt again is not going to play into what your team's doing. All right, you're on Reinhardt, and this is where your teammates... This is where... Oh, you're on Orisa. Sorry, you're on Orisa now. Okay. So off Sigma. Off Rein. Onto Orisa now. Like you said, you haven't played much Orisa since Overwatch 1, so this will be interesting because it's a bit of a different kit. All right. Good job taking high ground. I like this. I like taking high ground. Oh, yes, yes. I want to see if the Javelin playstyle continues here of just using it randomly when you have it on cooldown in between people. Yep, there it is. Alrighty. It's like you're kicking a field goal. You're just trying to get the Javelin through the uprights. Got somebody with it. Alright. There we go. Perfect. So far, I will say your space creation has been pretty good. I will say you're playing fairly aggressive, and I do like that. Just so you know, I do like that. Ooh, you hit somebody with that. I didn't look like it was gonna hit. All right, you have your ult now, so you know what this means. I don't think you have to ult. I wouldn't ult this. I don't think you have to ult. I really don't. Yeah, you're good. You're good. Nice job saving your ult. Okay, so that was some good stuff. Good space creation. You didn't use your ult when it could have been an opportunity where you thought you needed to use your ult. Second, you just throw your javelins randomly. You're hitting them sometimes. Other times you're just kind of just throwing it to throw it. Javelin time. I like this play. Good play. Yeah, I don't know what that Sojourn's, I don't know what they were trying to do there. Ah, there you go. See, we haven't had one of those in a while. I had to see that. That was, yep. All right. Good ult. Very good ult. You could have even went longer on that ult if you wanted to. That was a good ult. I like that. Okay, so I just see somebody in the chat say this. I want to talk about this for a second. You said he's focusing on the tank way too hard. So here's the thing. Sometimes you have to adjust your playstyle off of how the other team's playing. A lot of the time on Orisa, people want you to just dive into their backline and make a play. But sometimes you can't. And there becomes a decision-making as a tank where you have to decide if you're going to just sit there and shoot the other tank or you're going to be aggressive. My question to you is this. If you're playing against a Ramatra and you trade, right? Orisa runs in, a Ramatra runs in. Who is probably going to get more value is the question here. Who is probably going to get more value at that point? My guess is Ramatra will have a little bit more of the damage output. Orisa will have the ability to get to the back line slightly quicker just because of, like, being able to 50% damage reduction. But Ramatra would. So, there becomes a decision on Orisa. Do you fight the Ramatra to prevent them from being aggressive, and then the moment they're low HP, go to the back line? Or, do you just run into their back line and hope that the other Ramatra, your teammates, peel? Keep in mind, you're also running the Mercy Lucio comp here, which means your heals aren't going to be as, like, strong as they could be. That is what happens. So sometimes it isn't as, like, clear cut as, like, just don't ever shoot the tank if you're a tank because you just need to go to their backline because you'll end up shooting the tank. Sometimes it's a decision that needs to be had there. Now, are you asking me if this Orisa is making that decision? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. But that's the discussion you have with that one. All right, so the Orisa gameplay. The aggressive Orisa makes a huge play. See, there's no Bastion right now. The other team has switched off of Bastion to begin with. It's on Pharah now, which is an interesting swap because your team's running Cassie. The only reason why I think they make this swap is because they have a sim. And your team has a sim, and they're like, oh, they have a sim. We got to go Pharah. And I talk about this sometimes. Sometimes it's not as like, oh, you have this one hero. You now need to counter that hero. Because then you just have these team comps that can be scuffed. Wow. I don't even think they could have touched the point, to be completely honest with you. I think they tried to go for the point touch. It just wasn't going to happen. Like, I don't even think it would have been worth. Like, I think the real play here was just not going for the point and recognizing that you lost second point. I don't think they could have touched. Even if they had one person touch that, like, it wasn't going to be worth it. Sometimes, like, and it's tough on this map because you want to touch the point, but sometimes it's worth giving up that point if you don't have, like, a solid retake. If the Mei was a little bit closer. Oh, okay. There's the Bastion. There's the Bastion. Okay, that's what I like to see. Look how your teammate's sim wall is behind their whole team. It's an interesting wall because it just behind their team. Like it's legitimately behind their team that it will get 0 value until your teammates can play aggressive, and you can't play aggressive because they're just a Mei ult, and you're on Mercy Lucio, which means that they like you're not gonna get healed as quickly. So there's just it's literally behind the team. That's something. That is a treat. All right, here we go. I'm not saying that would have changed anything, like going back to spawn, but like that's what I mean. Speaking of javelins, okay, that's a Bastion. Do not stand right there in front. I know you got 50% damage reduction, but it doesn't give you much HP. You have a wall right there. You wanna hide behind that. Like, okay, listen, you just saw the Bastion right in front of you. So you see the Bastion running at you, right? You turn around from the Bastion, javelin spin at the Ramatra, and then the Bastion flanks you, and there's more damage again. You see what's happening? I would recommend going for an ult. In that situation, go for a longer ultimate. Javelin spin. Don't try to javelin spin the ult and Ramatra. The only thing you can do is either go forward into their team with a javelin spin. They have ult up. How do they keep their ult up? You stay in range. Okay, you're switching to Rein again. Yeah, I was gonna say, I can already see it happening. Yep, saw this coming. All right. Bastion can't get you right here. This is actually working out for you positionally. Okay, I'm glad you didn't shatter. Let's go. Big slam time. Big slam! Try to aim your fire strike up a little bit higher so you don't just, you get more value with the fire strike. Listen, you survived this, but I don't think that charge was the play. And the reason being is because you had, like, the sim wall. You heard the turret form on Bastion. They could have easily gotten you. They could have easily gotten you. Remember, Ramatra can punch through your shield. And look at what your support line is. Mercy Lucio. Also, you said that your trio, well, your trio would most of the time complain about like what their DPS was doing here. I'm gonna be honest with you, I have seen that Cassidy win like 10 team fights. Not 10 team fights, but you know what I'm saying. I'm just saying. They have won a good amount of team fights. Do I know if he wins or loses? No. This was not spoiled in the description whether or not they win or lose. There was a description for this. This is bronze. This is silver, I want to say? It's silver. Okay, remember, you can see generally when they're going out of that doorway. You don't have to... Okay, are you going to play the card? Okay, right here's okay. You have decent cover here. Just remember, they do have a Ramatra. Let's charge over here now. Okay. Keep in mind, when you make a charge like that, not only... I know it's like... From your vision of that, you're like, you know what? I'm just charged over here. I'm fine. Don't worry about it. But remember that you have a team, that a lot of the time a team will gravitate towards Reinhardt. So when you charge to the side, when you go forward, it's a little bit easier because you can see what's happening. But when you charge across like that, there's no one... Your team is probably near you. What happens? They're going to be like, well, just leave the Rein over there, and that's what happens. They get 2 with Ramatra. Right? You see what happens? Here we go again. Off the map, right? Yep. Try to cancel the charge, I'm telling you. Happens all the time. You wanted to cancel the charge, you hit it too late, you're both off the map. You know what? Are we all going off the map there? Probably. We are. But still. Okay, off of Reinhardt onto Orisa again. Classic. That Bastion was standing on cart. Wait, no, I think this might be bronze, actually. I don't remember. This might have been a bronze game. You're right. No, we're not guessing. I can't remember. Let me double check. Silver 2. Yeah, silver 2. Okay, it is silver. Okay, here we go. All right, that was a javelin. We're back to throwing javelins randomly and then hoping they'll eventually hit somebody. Yep. Okay, be careful here. This is... I like you preventing their Ramad from being aggressive. Don't go in front of that wall. Don't go in front of that wall right now. Unless this happens. Now you can go in front of the wall. This will be good. They're going off the point. That was a good aggressive play. When your teammate used beat, that was ult point. It's time. It's time. There you go. Good ult. Good play. I want to point out again, your DPS actually have been making some really good plays. Like, your DPS have been making some really good plays. So I got to give him credit on that one. Okay, back to the Orisa again. Okay. They're still on Bastion. This is a good swap. Good hero here. I like this. All right, not bad. Oh, okay, an accurate javelin. Alright. This is fine for now. The random javelin spin in front of a Maywall. Oh, yep. Gotta make sure that, yeah, there we go. Alright, that Bastion's position is interesting. Oh, hit the field goal. Alright. This is coming down to the last team fight. I can already tell, by the way. This is coming down to the last team fight, chat. It's happening. It is happening. Last team fight. Uh-oh. What rank? Silver 2. Beat. Where else though? Use your javelin now. And get your ult. Hide behind the cart. Use... I don't... That play was a bit confusing because you could have just used gold, went in, and then when you use your ult, it uses gold again, so you have like double gold on that one. And you would have survived it, plus you had the nano, and now you're... Oh yeah. First of all, what is this team fight? You're actually gonna win this team fight, I think. Maybe not. Maybe? Yeah, you're gonna win the team fight. There's still another team fight too. What is, wait, are you getting off the point? This D.Va, how is this still going? Oh, this is... Good job by the D.Va trying to get out. I don't know if they will, but I like the attempt. That was a good play by the D.Va. Wait, there's still time. But you're on Winston now. Oh. So clearly going Winston was the play. Also, that was going to be a tough retake for them because of overtime spawns. Like, that, like if you look here, like, there was just going to be no retake. Like, you see that and you're like, oh, they didn't get on the point? I'm going to be honest with you. They had a baby D.Va. They weren't getting on the point. Like, it was the overtime spawns made it really difficult. So, going back to, first of all, clearly going Winston was the play there, right? That was some terrific Winston gameplay that we just watched, right? Absolutely amazing. That was clearly why you won. You went Winston at the end there. Just to talk about this very quickly, you mentioned a couple things. The Bastion, and you wanted to play Rein against the Bastion, and you want other people to swap against going Bastion. Honestly, when you were playing Rein against Bastion, you were leaving your teammates. The reason why I don't think it really had to do necessarily with, you basically weren't shielding off your team. and you were playing like these angles and leaving your team kind of like in the middle of the open. So like the Bastion was just dominated. So they wanted you to go something else because of that. 2, when you went off of Rein, you got a lot of value. Even like if you didn't play the character to like the full value that you could, you were having more survivability and you were more likely to be in front of the Bastion or like prevent them from getting a limp. So, and then you said you also, you're a lot of time when you're stacked here, you would just kind of complain about what your DPS are doing. Your DPS are playing fine. Your DPS made so many big plays. So, it's okay to switch off Rein there. When you play other heroes, like, I think when you played Sigma, you kind of just didn't want to play Sigma, even though I think it would have been a good pick for a while. Yeah, so that was an interesting game, though. You know, and reading that along with the story of that game was something. So, yeah, work on some of that stuff, especially on Rein. You just, like, forget you have teammates when you're on Rein. And if you play Reinhardt like you don't have teammates, then that's what happens. All right? If you like this video, make sure to hit the like button. Hope you enjoyed this one. This was an interesting one, because like I said, like, Reinhardt against Bastion is definitely a difficult matchup for Rein, so it was really interesting to see how that went. Overall, you know, it was a fun game to watch, really close game. Always love the close, entertaining games. Saw some fun things. If you, like I said, if you like the video, hit the like button. Sub to the YouTubes you haven't, all 3 of them. If you want to submit these live, Discord descriptions in the below. Look for the Spectating Bingo channel. That's where we do a lot of that stuff. Outside of that, we also record these live. Stop by the stream if you haven't. Hope you all have an amazing day /night.